your boy JP coming at you with a video. Um, okay, it's been a while since I've done a video. Um, but we got football starting up, college, and I am so excited. You know, this is my favorite sport, football. I love the NFL and college, but I'm a bigger college fan. I love college football. It's probably my favorite sport to watch on TV, college football, then uh, college basketball, and then the NFL. So I'm gonna break down all the games, all the big games this weekend in the divisions, conferences. But first, I want to get to one thing real quick. I won't make this too long. Okay. My opinion on the Colin Kaepernick thing. Okay. Now, I understand where he was coming from a little bit. He has his points. And yes, everybody is entitled to freedom of speech. But I think it's disrespectful. You know, I just, you know, we're going through a lot right now. There's a lot of problems going on. But, you know, I always say, you're going through problems. It's always going to get better. You just got to keep plugging along and stick together. And that's what we got to do as a nation. Get through all this stuff and stick together. You don't bail out when things get tough. You know what I mean? So, um, I just think, you know, no matter how mad you get, you just gotta go up there and stand for the national anthem. So that's my take on it. But anyway, let's change the subject, okay? So college football starting this weekend. And like I said before, I'm pumped. Cannot wait. There's a few games on tomorrow and Saturday, or I mean Friday, but all the games start Saturday. And there's tons of good games on Saturday and one on Sunday and one Monday. What I'm going to do is, you know, every week I'm going to pick like I did last year, like 4 college and 2 pro. And I'll let you guys know how I'm doing throughout the season. So, but since there's so many uh, good games on this weekend, I'm going to take all the big ones. Okay? So, I'm going to start out with Houston and Oklahoma. Okay? Now this game is a good one. Okay? Now everybody's counting out Houston. They had a great team last year. Yeah, they don't play in the Power 5 conference, but they got an NFL quarterback in Greg Bird, and they got a good defense. Now, Tom Herman, he was the offensive coordinator at Ohio State, and he was a big reason why they won a national title. He was a heck of an offensive coordinator, and they had a great team last year. Oklahoma, they had a great team. You know, they're loaded. They lost a little bit, but they still got a lot of guys coming back. They're loaded at running back. Got a good quarterback in Baker Mayfield. But I'm gonna go with a little bit of upset in here. I'm gonna take Houston to beat Oklahoma. Okay. Now, I could be wrong on this, but I think a lot of people are underestimating Houston. Now they may lose this game, but I like them to beat Oklahoma. Okay, so I like Houston over Oklahoma in a close game. Now Texas A&M UCLA. Texas A&M, they got a quarterback in Trevor Knight, transfer from Oklahoma, played there a couple years ago, and dominated Alabama in the Sugar Bowl. So he's at A&M now, and they got a player, defensive end by name Myles Garrett. This guy is a stud, unbelievable. He's very, very good. Now, I've never been sold on UCLA. They always are saying, every year, watch out for UCLA, watch out for UCLA, watch out for UCLA. They never do anything. And they're high on them again. And I'm not riding that train again. I've told you guys time and time again that I don't think the Pac-12 is that good of a conference. And I'm picking Texas A&M to beat UCLA. LSU Wisconsin. That's going to be a good ball game. This one's at Lambeau Field, but I just think LSU's got way too much. Leonard Fournette is a beast. He's back. They got a good defense. LSU has all the tools to win a championship. Except Brandon Harris at quarterback. He's the only one that needs to improve. And Les Miles as he did. So we'll see. As long as he plays a good game, they got all the tools to win it all. But I like LSU over Wisconsin. Georgia, North Carolina. That's another good one. North Carolina came this close to winning the ACC championship last year. Lost to Clemson. But Georgia, you got Nick Chubb back. And this is a kid right here. I know he's coming back from a gruesome injury, but he should be in Heisman talk. Okay, this is how I think it goes for best running backs in the country. Leonard Fournette, Dalvin Cook, Nick Chubb, then Christian McCaffrey. Okay, nothing against Christian McCaffrey, I just think those three are better. Okay, so I like Georgia over North Carolina. Alabama, I like them over Southern Cal. Alabama, they lost a lot, but they reload, They always reload. Nope. But I think this is going to be a little different this year for Alabama. They always have a new QB, but you got a new center, and you got a new running back. So it'll be interesting to see how they handle this one. So I like Bama to win that one. Auburn Clemson, going with another upset. Taking Auburn to win this game. Yes, Clemson's got Deshaun Watson, best quarterback in the country, but they lost a lot. Okay? So, a lot of people underestimating Auburn. I think they can pull this out and be spoiler alert. Okay? Notre Dame, I like them to beat Texas. Texas, they will be better. They had a good recruiting class this year. I think Notre Dame is a little bit too much. Florida State, I like them to beat Ole Miss. You know, Chad Kelly talking all this smack that he's the best quarterback in the SEC, and he probably is. But be careful who you're talking to. Florida State defense is nasty. And I think this DeAndre Francois kid's the real deal. So I think Florida State wins that one. Okay? So, Houston over OU. A&M over UCLA. LSU over Wisconsin. Georgia over North Carolina. Bama over SC. Auburn over Clemson. Notre Dame over Texas. Florida State over Ole Miss. Okay, now I'm going to break down the conferences. ACC, I like Florida State to win the one division, and the other one I like North Carolina. So I like Florida State to win the ACC championship over North Carolina. Big Ten, I like my Ohio State Buckeyes against Iowa, and I like Ohio State to win that one. Now, could be Michigan, could be Michigan State. I think Michigan's another year away. Okay, nothing against them. They're going to be very good in the future. I just think they're a year away. Okay, Big 12. I like Oklahoma to win that conference again. They don't have they don't have divisions. They're gonna do an expansion though. So Oklahoma in the Big 12. Pac-12. I like Washington against this one's tough. I like Washington over Southern Cal in the Big 12. So we'll see how that goes. Pac-12 could be Washington, could be Stanford, but a lot of people are high on Washington, so we'll see. And last but certainly not least, the SEC. This is a tough one. But for the SEC West, I like the LSU Tigers. For the SEC East, I like the Tennessee Volunteers. And I like LSU to win that conference. Okay? Now, the SEC West is tough. Because you got LSU, you got Ole Miss, you got Alabama, you got Texas A&M, you got Auburn. Okay, SEC East, it's going to be a battle between Tennessee, Florida, and Georgia. Okay, I think, and look out for A&M in the West. But that conference is so deep, especially the West. Alabama, they always reload. But, I think they're going to be a little bit down. The thing with LSU, like I said earlier, is with the quarterback. As long as Brandon Harris performs and can throw a football, they'll win that conference. Tennessee, here's one thing with Tennessee, is Florida and Georgia, they could steal this conference. Because Tennessee, they got all the tools. This is probably the best team they ever had. But they have a brutal 4-game stretch. I think they play like Florida, Alabama, A&M, and LSU. Something like that. It's crazy. all right in a row. So it's going to be tough to get through that. But we'll see. So the SEC, it's tough to say who's gonna win that one because it's a gauntlet every week. You know, I can't stand the SEC because I'm a Big Ten guy, but it is the best conference in football, hands down. It's not close. So, but those are my picks for the conferences. My playoff. Okay. LSU, Florida State, Ohio State, let's see, and Oklahoma. So LSU, Florida State, Ohio State, and Oklahoma. Okay? So that's my playoff. LSU, Florida State, Ohio State, Oklahoma. Alright. You guys have a fantastic weekend. Have a good Labor Day weekend. Be safe. Um, it's always good doing videos, you know. Always feel free to post stuff on my wall or my sports page and ask me questions. I love you guys. Have a great Labor Day weekend. Alright, bye.